Hey guys, Chris from FlowBrackets. Now, today we're working on the i30N, and I'm going to show you how to mount number plates on a car that's not Slimlines and some of the issues that you might run into. Let's get into it. So when it comes to the i30N, now this is the facelift model, there is a nice mounting box that isn't overly big for you to mount number plates on. So if you're in Victoria or Queensland, you get normal Slimlines, it actually fits quite nice. That's a tad under 100, so you can just screw this straight to the box, and it looks pretty neat. You're only going to have issues if the plates are going to be narrower. So here's a couple of examples. If you're in New South Wales or South Australia, these are too skinny, so you got to see the box. If that annoys you, we've got a part for that. Or if you've got very skinny plates and these hang up the side, you're going to need a delete kit to tidy it up. So here's an example, and here's another example. Doesn't look very clean. Or if the plates are really wide, say Euro plates or heritage plates, you can't really mount to the side. And if you don't want to drill, you need some sort of adapter to go from this box to this size. So with that out of the way, I'll do maybe a quick example using my plates. These will go on. I'll replace that part using our delete kit, and I'll show you how it works. So this is our miniature plinth. The idea is quite simple. This replaces this box. So no matter how big your number plate is, this will always be smaller. So for my plate, for example, it's much smaller, so you're not going to see it. So to replace it, also very easy. Just take out the factory screws and replace it with this. So this is the miniature plinth. Now this will slot exactly in there. So find the 3 holders on the car and look how amazing it is. It slots perfectly. Then just grab our stainless steel screws, put the screws in to the same spot. Now there are some strange plugs here for some reason. So what we've done is we've made these little covers that go over, so they kind of look like a little parking sensor, so they don't look too out of place. Now that we have the box on and a miniature plinth in its place, we can now adapt it to any number plate in Australia. So for example, if we're going to install, say, these 3 to 4 character Slimline plates in Victoria, I need a bracket to suit. That's a bracket that suits this plate. This can bolt straight on. If you're installing, say, Euro plates, you grab a Euro bracket, which attaches to the miniature plinth, and then your plate can go on. So once you've selected the correct bracket that matches your number plate, it's time to mount this on, which is really easy. All our brackets have multiple mounting slots, and the plinths also have mounting positions. They're actually half slots, you can call it. So we're going to try and mount this in the middle here like that. I can see that that lines up, put a bolt in it. Then I can attach my number plate using the matching holes with the bolts provided. So i30N rear. Now this is going to be a bit of a history lesson almost. These cars have gone through maybe 6 variations. At the very beginning, these holes were about there, there, and there. I think it was more for like a Euro plate. They have since fixed that, they being Hyundai. So they've redesigned it and moved the holes closer together, but there was a new problem. I think from version 2 and 3 upwards, these holes were too high and the holes are too low. So that means it mounts like that and you had holes there. So if your car, when lined up with the factory mounting points and your plates, if you see the hole, that means you need a Hyundai adapter because you need the vertical adjustment to go up and hide the holes. If you are running Slimlines, have a look at our brackets. Some of them do have vertical adjustments. So if you say, I have this plate and this bracket, and it has vertical adjusters, you can simply bolt the bracket on and go up into the correct position to hide the holes. Not all brackets have the vertical adjustment, so just have a look. In this particular car, this is a facelift. I believe this is a version 4 or 5. They move the holes closer again, which means you can just bolt on your Slimline number plate straight to the car and it mounts perfectly. The only exception is this is not perfectly center. So if you're very picky about it, grab a bracket, does 2 things. bolts on using a factory position, and you can position it wherever you want. On top of that, you can put your bracket on and bolt it down with security fasteners, and it's nice and floating. You get a nice clean look. So I'm going to use the customer Slimline plate to give an example of what a typical installation will look like in the i30N. Now that I have the bracket on, I'm just going to check to make sure the nub plate does cover all the holes, which it does. I'm going to finish it off with the customer supplied nub plate cover as well, and can bolt it down in all 4 corners. I forgot to mention, if you are running a small plate like I am, the issue you're going to run into is the plate is smaller than those 4 holes. So if you get a small plate, you will see a big gaping hole there. So you do have an option. Make sure you select the wider plate about this size. So if the factory mounting box is too big for your plate, you can buy our miniaturized plinth. And if you pair it with a bracket, you get a nice, clean, floating look like this. The best part, well, there's 2 best parts. That hole there, it looks like a sensor. You probably didn't even notice it. And you can't see, but it's super close to the car, so it gives a really nice clean finish. Just remember, you need 2 parts. You need a plinth to suit the car and a bracket to suit your number plate style to complete the installation. So I hope you found this video useful, and thanks for watching.